Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to more Dragon Age Origins. I'm your host, Damashi, and I've been drinking because I need a little bit of wine in my system because it gets me a bit more talkative. So last time, we passed the harrowing, we met a pretty interesting take on a pride demon, and we met Jowan, who's... Jowan. Alright, so I don't know how I'm going to do this. I think what I'm going to do is just I'm going to wander around and cut to any instance where I'm like, hey, this is pretty interesting. Let's comment on that. So, let's explore. We're not going to head straight... Oh yeah, and we were told by Jowan to meet First Enchanter Irving, who we also met last part. Chest. Ooh, staff. With +2 spell power. That's mine now. We're just going to equip that. So, question. Does this give me... It's not giving me any armor, but it is giving me willpower. And willpower, if I remember correctly, is directly tied to my mana pool. Yep. So, it is important. So, we'll be keeping this on. I was going to do a thing where I just walk around the entire intro without a robe on, and then... No, I like having to not worry about my mana pool as much. This is the same as my staff, but we might need it for someone else later. And it'd also be good to sell.
I'm terrible at spells. You're lucky you're so talented.
That I am.
Did you hear? Hear what? I heard they suspect someone of dabbling in blood magic.
Why would anyone do something so stupid? That's a death sentence.
Because blood magic is powerful? You can bend others to your will and force demons into your service. That's what I hear anyway.
Oh. Gonna have to keep that in mind. So, one of my complaints I've always had about Dragon Age Origins is that, in comparison to other CRPGs, I've always felt the music was very weak compared to Divinity Original Sin 1 and 2, which is honestly kind of an unfair comparison because both of those games were composed by incredibly legendary composers.
Can I get you a ladder?
Wait, what? It just let me in here? I don't think I've ever clicked on this before. Oh no! I know exactly where this is. Never mind. I'd like to get out. I'm not supposed to be there yet. And now the music is just that. Great. Fantastic. I now regret turning the music up. Because now that's just what I'm gonna hear as I walk through the Circle Tower.
Control the fire with your will. Keep the flames steady. We don't want it sputtering and leaping about. That's what causes most of the injuries.
Okay, I'm gonna reload. I'm just gonna reload. Because that sound is terrible. And I'm just gonna cut until I get back to where I was. Can I talk to either of you? Or... Okay, so you two don't actually exist.
How does it feel to be done with the harrowing?
And by that I mean they don't exist as clickable models. I don't think they're actually models. I think they're just there. I'm wording that wrong. It's the wine talking.
The circle is so much nicer than the alienage, isn't it?
This
is fine. I'm okay with...
Okay, let's speak to Owain. I'm gonna save before I do this.
Welcome to the Circle's stockroom of magical items. My name is Owain. How may I assist you?
What is the stockroom for?
The stockroom stores components used in magical and alchemical experiments. Do you require something?
Are you really a tranquil mage?
I voluntarily submitted to the rite of tranquility. I was unwilling to undergo the harrowing. I find this state agreeable.
You actually like being this way.
I see the world with clarity. I remember the days when my mind was filled with inconvenient and seething emotions. Now things are simple.
What was becoming tranquil like?
It is difficult to describe. I would perhaps compare it to being plunged into a pool of ice-cold water.
What happened during the Rite of Tranquility?
I was ordered to never speak of it. I cannot go against the Circle's wishes.
Okay, that's a big red flag that this Rite of Tranquility is really bad. I'm not going to tell him that he's no longer a person. That may be what he's thinking in his head as he listens to this horrible thing. But, I don't think he... Being evil does not mean you must be impolite.
Oh, hello. I don't believe we've met. Are you new to the Circle?
I'm a newly harrowed mage. But I've lived here all my life.
I'm sorry. There are so many of you, and I get confused. Not to mention, these old eyes are starting to go.
Everyone makes mistakes.
You're too kind. I'm old and about to fall apart. Nothing in the world can fix that.
You should rest more and not be in the library.
But I enjoy the library. These books, they're old friends of mine. And it's quiet. When you're my age, you'll appreciate the quiet. Anyway, did you need something?
I just wanted to talk.
I'm not good at talking.
You
Too
and me
much
both,
chatter
pal.
makes my head throb. Don't you have lessons to get to? Shoo!
I enjoyed that talk. Man, it is really hard to hear the music in this game. I'm gonna try turning it up just one more time. And I think that may have been why my opinion of the music is so dour, because I just can't hear it. Adric?
Do you need something? If not, step back. You're in my light.
Your light?
I'm trying to study. Have some consideration for a fellow mage.
I'm just happy to see another elf.
Are you surprised? We are probably more attuned to magic than humans are. Or at least our ancestors must have been. With most of our history lost, I suppose I'll never really know. Maybe the Dalish elves would, but I've never met one.
Lost history?
When elves were taken on as slaves, we lost most of our culture. Few of us even know our own language. I hear the Dalish try to keep the old ways alive. Must be easier for them outside human rule.
The past is gone, why bother?
To know who you are, you must know where you've been. We're lost without our history. I didn't know anything about elves until I came here. Are you from an alienage? I'm from a farm outside High Ever. My mother worked as the cook's assistant there.
I lived in Lothering.
I suppose it doesn't matter where we're from, does it? We're in the Circle now.
I guess that makes us luckier than other elves.
I am satisfied knowing the humans who look down upon me will fear me instead. But I should get back to my books.
Thank you for talking with me.
Good day.
Alright. I wonder if that's gonna show up on the recording. So, because the servers don't exist anymore, I keep getting this message, unable to connect to Dragon Age server. And it's rather annoying.
That's not likely. The Chantry would do something before it came to that.
Will they? They haven't done anything, and I've heard that the Aquitarians are starting to soften a little on the Libertarian position.
Sympathy for a position isn't the same as support. Yet. As far as I know, most Aquitarians prefer to remain allied with the Loyalists. You can see why, don't you? Just think of what the Chantry would do if suddenly the Circles were petitioning for more independence, or even a split.
Won't be pretty.
Ah, those short-sighted Libertarians. They'll get their way and take us all down with them.
I'm pretty sure Niall is voiced by Liam O'Brien.
I think someone's here to speak to you, Senior Torren.
I want to talk to Niall first.
Hello, were you looking for something?
What were you talking about to that other mage? What were you talking about?
The fraternities. Groups of mages with a common agenda. I think we should all be isolationists. Stay in some remote mountain town far away from the mundanes who hate us.
I agree.
I'd go hide alone in the wilds if I could. But you know they just brand me an apostate and hunt me down. There is no leaving the circle. It's till death do us part. Romantic, isn't it?
Not really. Apostate?
If you leave the circle, you become an apostate. And the punishment for leaving is death. Pretty grim, huh?
There must be mages who aren't part of a circle.
I've heard of hedge witches who've managed to survive on their own, eluding the circle for a lifetime. But if the Templars discover them, well, you know what happens. Then there are stories about the Dalish elf clans having great magic. But who knows what's truth and what's fiction when it comes to the Dalish?
Who are you?
I'm Njal, a mage just like you. I've seen you around, haven't I? I must have.
I can't stay to chat.
Alright, have a good day.
I wish there was an option here to say, thanks for chatting with me. I like that being an option at all times.
Hello. Congratulations on your harrowing last night. Good work.
What were you talking about earlier?
Ah, the fraternities of the Enchanters. You probably haven't heard of them. It's best not to get tangled up in circle politics. More trouble than it's worth, really.
Tell me about the fraternities.
They're found in all circles throughout Thedas. Groups of enchanters who hold similar viewpoints, who band together to make their voices heard. The most influential fraternity are the Equitarians. They are moderates and believe in a code of conduct that all mages should adhere to. Then there are the Chantry apologists, the Loyalists. The Chantry says something and they follow it to the letter. The Lucrosians just want to make money, and the Isolationists would like us all to be hermits and live on an island. Then, of course, there are the Libertarians. They want more power for the Circle, more autonomy.
Which do you belong to?
Huh. Well, if I had to, I'd say I was an Equitarian, but I ducked out of the fray a long time ago. Most of the senior enchanters are Equitarians. Irving, Wynne, Sweeney. Ulrid's a Libertarian, and a loud one at that. Mages have enough opposition from the outside without tearing our circles apart with infighting. But what can you do?
Giving up doesn't help anyone.
An idealist, I see. Well, if you're going to change the world, you should get started immediately. Lots of world to cover.
Alright, I'm gonna leave this on screen. To those who wish to learn. Or if you just weren't paying attention. I'm gonna save again so I don't have to do that conversation. Armoire. Oop, cowl. I will take that addition to mental resistance. So, if you were here for part 0, I did install a mod that turns helmets off because all the helmets in pretty much every RPG are hideous. Especially ones for mages.
Oh, excuse me. I didn't hear you come in. I'm sorry. I'm terribly busy right now. I have to prepare the room before the Grey Warden is done at his meeting with Irving.
There's a Grey Warden here?
Yes, Duncan his name is. He must be here to talk to Irving about something important. You know, I almost became a Grey Warden once.
Really?
There were several of us chosen, though the Grey Wardens only wanted one recruit. They only ever have one mage, you see. I think they thought I was the best candidate, but I was young and foolish, and I said I wasn't interested. They picked someone else instead, and that was that. I've regretted it ever since. Oh well, I should get back to my work.
Good to know. Get that off screen. And that. Ooh, Cullen. I have a bit to say about him. Ooh, defense. Give me that. I'd like to not be so squishy. Though I'll probably hand that off to someone else in the future. It's nice to have it on now. Ooh, some copper? I can't believe I just went, ooh, some copper. It was just 10 copper. My character is that dirt poor that he sees 10 copper in a chest and he goes, I'm rich.
Ah, there you are. You are to be moved out of the apprentice's dormitory, and these are to be your new quarters. The Tranquil will move your belongings this afternoon. Go on, make yourself comfortable.
I guess this is accommodating enough.
Greetings. I'm glad your harrowing went well.
Thanks. That's reassuring.
Some Templars I know discuss such things with glee. I don't share their enthusiasm. I try to serve the Maker first and foremost. As long as I am guided by his commandments, I cannot go wrong. Honestly, I've never seen an abomination, or been called on to slay one.
So you could have made a mistake?
Gregor would have guided me. Something must happen. But what if it's not obvious? Could abominations be walking among us right now?
You'd best be on your guard, then.
This is still new to me. Maybe one day I'll be as dedicated and driven as Knight Commander Gregor.
He is a very dedicated man, yes.
You must be busy. Perhaps we can talk another time.
So, apparently, Cullen was supposed to be one of the buy options in Inquisition. And I don't recall the reason for it, but they, at last minute, decided to change that, which is weird, and you can still find some of the dialogue still exists. Some of that dialogue for a male romance with Cullen still exists in Inquisition. In fact, the options to flirt with Cullen were still there when I played. So,
all right.
Something weird that I wanted to comment on while you were here. In fact, if the option was still there, I would have romanced Cullen. Because in Inquisition I played a mage, and I feel like the idea of a Templar mage romance would be really cool. And the other thing being, none of the other male characters that are romanceable by males are characters I'd be interested in. Dorian's cool, not someone I'd want to be in a relationship with. Iron Bull is also cool, same deal.
I wonder how the King's army fares at Ostagar. I've heard talk of a new blight.
I want to click on the book. Oh my god, the hurt box. It's on this thing.
I'd avoid Leora if I were you. She's been rather testy lately.
Why?
Who knows? I'm not going to ask her why she's irritable. Women hate those kind of questions.
I'm gonna save talking for Lahora for a bit later.
I hear Irving's very proud of you.
Were you the same person that was here? We're gonna save talking for Lahora. Book.
I'll get on it.
Also, I apologize. Oh, there were codex entries I didn't click on. I will mouse over those in just a minute so you guys can read them. We have not heard this line yet. I don't know why they gave it to us. Alright, so now that that's done, moving on.
Hope you're having a good day.
Thank you.
Ah, this is infuriating. Another batch destroyed. Say, have you seen Owain? Is he in the stockroom?
Yes, I just spoke to him.
Oh, excellent. He wasn't there last I looked. I hope he still has some cinnabar lying around. When I asked last week, he said he was running out.
Is there anything over here? Nope. So, we're not going to talk to her, as I said. I want to try something with her that I've never attempted before. Prophet Andraste. Bribe the Maker. Bride of the Maker, not bribe.
Got it.
Oh my god, there's so many codex entries in this game. But, to its credit, unlike Final Fantasy XIII, you don't need to read them to understand the story, which is why I'm not reading them out loud. I'm just scrolling through them so that those that want to read them can.
Blessed art thou who exists in the sight of the Maker. Blessed are the penitents who seek his return. Blessed is the prophetess, purified by flame. May the chant reach the Maker's ears and tell him of our contrition, so let it be. Oh, I didn't see you there. I recite the Maker's blessings every day. It brings me peace in troubled times.
Are you in trouble?
No, not really. It's just I don't want to bore you with this.
It's alright, I want to know.
It gives me hope that one day the Maker will hear us. That maybe I'll be forgiven and my curse will be lifted.
Curse?
Magic? What else?
You're being foolish. Magic is a gift.
Magic causes such misery. It's dangerous and vile and wicked. The Chantry must protect the world from us. Being born with something so terrible must be a punishment. I wish I could be rid of it.
You could be made tranquil.
That takes the magic from me? It does, doesn't it?
It also takes away your ability to feel.
I had heard that, but life without magic is so tempting. I should go.
I shouldn't have
My
even
mentor
suggested
only
this
allows
to
a
you.
few minutes each day for religious contemplation.
Or you poor fool. I have doomed this poor woman. I'm half tempted to reload, but we're sticking with it. This is what Hakai would have said in the moment, and he's got to live with it. That woman's soul basically being destroyed is on his conscience. Right of annulment. God, there's so many codexes. Chant of Light and the Blight. I'm gonna be real with you. I'm doing this for the EXP. I actually already know everything about these. I know everything mostly about these codex entries. Either I already know it, or it'll be addressed in the story later. Which is why I'm not reading them aloud. Hey, Lily.
I heard about your harrowing. Congratulations. Andraste must have smiled upon you.
Or I'm just naturally talented. Is there someone else over here I can talk to? Templar?
Third floor is off limits till dinner time. First Enchanter's orders.
Many have already gone to Ostagar. Wynne, Aldred, and most of the senior mages. We've committed enough of our own to this war effort.
Your own? Since when have you felt such kinship with the mages, Gregor? Or are you afraid to let the mages out from under Chantry supervision, where they can actually use their Maker-given powers?
How dare you suggest?
Gentlemen, please. Irving, someone is here to see you.
Hello?
Ah, if it isn't our new brother in the circle. Come, child.
This is...
Yes, this is he.
Well, Irving, you're obviously busy. We will discuss this later.
Of course. Well, and where was I? Oh, yes, this is Duncan of the Grey Wardens.
I think I'm going to end the recording here. And when we come back, we will be back to talking to Duncan. If you enjoyed the content of this video, please like the video, comment down below, share the video around, and subscribe to the channel, because it tells me you like my content and want me to keep making it. It also helps the channel grow. Until next time, later.